The car hit the water before I could scream. 1 second, I'm finishing my last delivery of the night, coasting my scooter across the Han River Bridge at midnight. The next, a silver Audi explodes past me doing 90, clips the guardrail, and launches into the black water like a missile. No brake lights, no swerve, just velocity and violence and then nothing. Just ripples spreading across the surface like a wound opening. I should keep riding. Call 911 and keep riding. I've got $6 in tips, a psychology exam at 8 a.m., and exactly 0 reasons to get involved in whatever the hell just happened. But my hands are already killing the engine. My boots are already hitting pavement. Because somewhere in that sinking metal coffin, someone is drowning, and I can't unknow that. The December wind tears through my delivery jacket as I sprint to the shattered railing. The river churns 30 feet below, black and furious. I can see the Audi's taillights glowing red under the surface, sinking fast. My heart slams against my ribs. This is the stupidest thing I've ever done. I'm gonna die trying to save someone already dead. I jump anyway. The cold doesn't hit me, it detonates. Every muscle seizes. My lungs lock. For 3 seconds, I'm paralyzed, sinking, and I think this is it. This is how I die, 22 years old and drowning because I couldn't mind my own damn business. Then something savage kicks in and I'm pulling, kicking, clawing toward that sinking car. The water is shockingly clear, lit by streetlights above and the Audi's headlights below, and that's when I see them. $100 bills, dozens of them, floating past my face like bizarre underwater snow. Then I see him, slumped against the steering wheel, black hair drifting like ink, blood ribboning from a gash above his eye. He's wearing a suit that probably costs more than my tuition, and his eyes are closed, mouth open, and oh God, his wrists are zip-tied to the steering wheel, thick industrial ties cutting into his skin. This wasn't an accident. Someone tied him to this car and sent him to the bottom of the Han River to drown. My lungs are screaming, but I force myself closer. I grab the door handle, locked. I pound on the window, nothing. The car tilts, dropping faster, and his eyes snap open. They're silver, sharp, terrified, and locked on mine. He's alive. I explode back to the surface, gasping, choking. On my scooter, I keep a tire iron for flat repairs. I grab it and dive again, every muscle burning. I swing at the window with everything I have. The glass spiderwebs, another swing. It shatters. Water rushes in. I reach through the jagged opening, slice my arm open on broken glass, and grab his shoulder. He convulses. Bubbles pour from his mouth. I hook my arm through and saw at the zip ties with the tire iron's edge, frantic, desperate. The car groans. The first tie snaps. The second. I grab him and pull. He's dead weight, heavy. My legs are cramping. My lungs are fire. We're both going to die. But then his body comes free and I kick off hard, dragging him up toward the light. We break the surface together. I haul him to the rocky shore, my arms locked around his chest. He's not breathing. I drop him on the concrete and start compressions. 30 pumps, 2 breaths, water and blood drip onto his white shirt. Don't you dare die, I spit between breaths. Don't you fucking dare. On the second round, he jerks, coughs violently, water erupting from his mouth. His eyes fly open, those impossible silver eyes, and lock on mine. For 1 second, the world stops. Then sirens wail in the distance and his hand shoots out, catches my wrist. His grip is iron despite everything. No, he chokes out, accent wrapping around the word. No police, no hospital. I stare at the blood, at the zip-tie wounds on his wrists, at his jacket falling open to reveal the shoulder holster, the gun. My stomach drops. What? Please. His fingers tighten. The sirens are getting closer. They'll kill you if they find you here. If they know you saw... He coughs, blood flecking his lips. Run. Now. I just saved your life. And now I'm saving yours. Run. Red and blue lights strobe across the bridge above. Voices shout. But I can't move. Can't look away from those eyes. This man was murdered tonight, or almost murdered, and I just became a witness to something that's going to get me killed. His hand drops from my wrist. His head falls back, unconscious again. The lights are closer now, 30 seconds, maybe less. I should run, should disappear before the police arrive and start asking questions I can't answer. Should forget this ever happened. Instead, I grab him under the arms and start dragging. My car, a beat-up Hyundai I use for big deliveries, is parked at the bridge's east exit. Somehow I get him there. Somehow I wrestle him into the passenger seat. He slumps against the window, leaving a blood smear on the glass. My hands shake as I buckle him in. A flashlight beam sweeps across the bridge behind me. I slam the door, run to the driver's side, and start the engine. I pull away with my headlights off, merging into sparse late-night traffic just as police cars scream past in the opposite direction. I'm shaking so hard I can barely hold the wheel. In the passenger seat, the man I pulled from the river breathes in shallow, rattling gasps. Blood drips onto my upholstery. River water pools beneath him. And I realize with cold, creeping certainty that I just made either the biggest mistake of my life or the only choice that mattered. I can't tell which yet. Welcome back, beautiful souls. Before we dive in, hit subscribe and drop a comment telling me where you're watching from. It means everything. Now get comfortable because this story is about to take you somewhere you've never been before. 20 minutes later, I pull into my apartment complex in Seocho-gu. My hands are still shaking. The man, I'd glimpsed the name Min Jun-woo engraved on his watch when I checked his pulse. Hasn't moved since I buckled him in. His head rests against the window, breath fogging the glass in irregular patterns that at least confirm he's alive. Getting him inside is a nightmare. He's 6 feet of lean muscle in a soaked designer suit. I get my shoulder under his arm and half drag, half carry him up one flight of stairs to my door. Inside, my apartment is exactly as I left it this morning. Tiny, cramped, the second-hand furniture, my landlord included. Everything I own fits into 400 square feet, and now I'm dragging a man with a gun and zip tie scars into the center of it. I lower him onto my couch as gently as possible. He groans but doesn't wake. Blood has dried in dark streaks down his face. The wounds on his wrists are raw, still seeping. I stand there dripping river water onto my floor, staring at this unconscious stranger I just committed multiple felonies for. I strip out of my wet clothes in the bathroom, towel off with shaking hands, pull on sweatpants and an oversized shirt. In the mirror I look haunted, my brown skin ashen, my hair plastered to my skull. The cut on my forearm from the car window is still bleeding. I wrap it quickly and go back to the living room. He hasn't moved. I kneel beside the couch and check his pulse. Steady, stronger than before. I peel back his jacket carefully, revealing the holster and gun. My stomach clenches. I've never touched a gun. Don't want to start now, but I can't leave it on him. The holster buckle is slick with river water. It takes 3 tries before it comes free. I set the entire rig on my coffee table as far from the couch as possible and turn to his injuries. The head wound is worst. I grab my first aid kit and get to work, pulling his head into my lap to clean the gash. His skin is cold, pale. I can see his pulse beating in his throat. His features are sharp, even unconscious. High cheekbones, a mouth that looks like it rarely smiles, a faded scar along his jawline that makes me wonder what kind of life he's lived. His eyes snap open without warning. I jerk back, nearly dropping the gauze. Those silver eyes lock onto mine with predatory intensity. For a moment, neither of us moves. Then his hand shoots up and catches my wrist. Where? His voice is rough gravel. My apartment. You're safe. I didn't call anyone like you asked. His gaze sweeps the room, cataloging everything with professional efficiency. When his eyes return to me, something has shifted. Calculation, replacing panic. You should have left me. His accent wraps around the words, making them almost musical despite their weight. Better I drown than this. Anger flares hot in my chest. I just dragged you out of a river, saved your life, broke about 6 laws getting you here. The least you could do is not act like I made a mistake. His expression doesn't change, but something flickers behind those eyes. You don't understand what you've done. Then explain. It. Before he can answer, headlights sweep across my front windows. Bright. Too bright. My heart stops. I move to the window and peer through the blinds. 2 black SUVs sit in my parking lot, engines running. As I watch, 4 men get out, moving with military precision, heading straight for my building. Oh God, I turn back to him. Who are they? His face has gone chalk white. Mine. Your what? My men. He tries to sit up, grimaces, falls back. You need to run. Now. But it's too late. A knock sounds at my door. Polite. Almost gentle. Except there's something about it that makes every instinct scream danger. I cross to the door on legs that feel like water. Who is it? Miss Park Hannah. The voice is smooth, cultured. We're here about the incident on the bridge. We know you have someone inside who needs medical attention. They know my name. They know I was at the bridge. They know everything. I don't know what you're talking about. Please open the door, Miss Park. We're not the police. That's what scares me. I look back at Junwoo. He's watching me. Expression unreadable. He gives a single small nod. Permission or warning. I open the door. The man on my doorstep is younger than expected, maybe 30, with sharp features and a smile that doesn't reach his eyes. Behind him, 3 others stand ready, jackets unbuttoned for easy weapon access. Miss Park. He bows slightly. My name is Kang. I'm Mr. Min's associate. We've been looking for him all evening. His smile widens. Imagine our relief when we tracked him here. Tracked? Kang walks past me into my apartment like he owns it. He crosses to the couch, says something rapid in Korean. Junwoo responds, voice weak but firm. Whatever he says makes Kang's eyes snap to me. You saw the restraints, Kang says. Not a question. My mouth goes dry. I saw him drowning. Did you see who put them there? No, just him in the car. Kang studies me for a long moment. Then he reaches into his jacket. My heart stops and pulls out my delivery bag, the one I dropped on the bridge. You left this. I took the liberty of looking inside. Your ID, your delivery receipts. He sets the bag on my coffee table next to the gun. You have a younger brother, don't you? Park Min-ho, freshman at SNU, scholarship student. Terror cuts through my chest. Don't you dare! I'm not threatening you, Miss Park. Kang's voice is perfectly calm. I'm explaining your situation. You saw something tonight that makes you valuable, and valuable things need protection. I don't know anything. You know Mr. Min was meant to drown in that river. You're the only witness. He picks up my car keys from the side table. You saw what you shouldn't have. Now you belong to us. The words hit like a fist. I look at Junwoo, expecting contradiction, but he just watches with those unreadable silver eyes. I saved his life, I say, hating how my voice shakes. And we're grateful. Kang gestures to one of his men. But gratitude doesn't change reality. You're coming with us. Mr. Min needs proper medical care, and you need protection. There are people who would very much like to know what you saw tonight. And if I refuse? Kang's smile never wavers. Your brother Min-ho walks home from the library around 10 p.m. on Tuesdays. It would be unfortunate if something happened during his walk. My vision whites out. Every fiber wants to attack this man. But I grew up in neighborhoods where you learned fast that violence only works when you have power. Fine, I whisper. I'll come. Junwoo's eyes close briefly. Relief or regret? I can't tell which. They load us into the SUVs. I sit in back between Kang and another man. Junwoo rides in the front passenger seat, head back, eyes closed. We drive through Seoul into Gangnam, where houses get massive and streets get quiet. The house at the end is stunning. All clean lines and floor-to-ceiling windows glowing with warm light. Inside is worse. Marble floors, furniture that belongs in museums. My sneakers squeak on polished tile as Kang leads me down a hallway to a bedroom bigger than my entire apartment. You'll stay here tonight, Kang says. Someone will bring dinner. Don't try to leave. The door closes. The lock turns. I'm a prisoner. The bedroom is beautiful the way expensive things always are. Huge windows overlooking the city, a bed covered in white linens, marble bathroom. I pull out my phone. No service. They're jamming it. Dinner arrives an hour later, brought by a woman who won't meet my eyes. I can't eat, can't sleep. I lie on top of the covers, fully dressed, watching city lights and thinking about zip ties and silver eyes and the fact that I jumped into a river for a man who might get me killed. Morning comes slowly. Around 9, Kang appears. Mr. Min would like to speak with you. He leads me through the house to a study. Dark wood, floor-to-ceiling bookshelves. Sitting behind the desk, looking like he didn't almost drown 12 hours ago, is Junwoo. He's showered, changed into black pants and a crisp white shirt. The head wound is properly stitched and bandaged, but it's his eyes that catch me, sharp, alert, tracking my movement with predatory focus. "Miss Park?" he says, accent less pronounced but still present. "Please sit." I sit in the chair across from his desk. "I owe you an apology. What Kang said last night was crude but not inaccurate. You are in danger because of what you witnessed." "I witnessed you drowning." "You witnessed an execution." He says it calmly, like discussing weather. "Someone in my organization decided I was more valuable dead than alive. They bound me to that car and sent me into the river to drown quietly. No gunshots, no evidence, just an accident." "Who?" "That's what I need to find out." He stands, moves around the desk. "The restraints you saw are evidence of conspiracy. Whoever ordered my death will want to eliminate anyone who can confirm they were there." He leans against the desk. "I can offer you protection, money for cooperation, assurance that your brother remains untouched." "You mean I'm still a prisoner?" Something flickers in his expression. "You're an asset. There's a difference." "Not from where I'm sitting." Before he can respond, gunfire shatters the morning. It's distant at first, outside, then closer. Glass explodes somewhere below. Men shout in Korean. More gunfire, impossibly loud. Junwoo moves faster than I thought possible. He grabs my arm, hauls me toward a door in the corner. It opens onto a narrow service corridor. "Go," he says, pushing me forward. "Service exit at the end." "What about you?" "I'll be right behind you." I run. Behind me, shouting, gunfire. The corridor is dim, lined with pipes. My hands scrape walls as I run. The service exit is exactly where he said. Metal door with a push bar. I hit it hard and suddenly I'm outside in a narrow alley. Footsteps pound behind me. I spin, expecting Junwoo. It's a man I don't recognize. Older, maybe 50, with a gun and blood on his shirt. His eyes lock on mine. "You!" His voice shakes with rage. He raises the gun. "The courier girl, you ruined everything." A shot rings out. The man stumbles, drops his gun, falls to his knees. Behind him, Junwoo stands in the doorway, his own weapon raised, face utterly cold. He fires again. The man collapses. I can't breathe, can't move. I just watched someone die. Junwoo lowers his gun and crosses to me. His hand catches my arm, pulling me away from the wall. "We need to move, now." We run through the alley to a side street. A black sedan screeches to a stop, Kang driving. "Get in!" Junwoo shoves me into the back seat, slides in beside me. Kang hits the gas before the door closes. "Rivals?" Junwoo asks. "Yes, they knew exactly where we were." Junwoo's jaw tightens. His hand is still on my arm, grip firm enough to hurt. We drive for 20 minutes, taking random turns, doubling back. Finally, Kang pulls into an underground garage of an abandoned factory. We get out. The garage is freezing. I wrap my arms around myself. Junwoo notices. He shrugs out of his jacket and drapes it over my shoulders. It smells like expensive cologne and gunpowder. "Thank you," I manage. He just nods. Kang leads us upstairs to the factory floor, massive, full of old machinery and broken windows. In one corner, someone set up a makeshift camp. Cots, camping stove, bottled water. Junwoo sinks onto a cot with a groan. Now that we've stopped, the pain is catching up. His face has gone pale, fresh blood seeping through his shirt. "You're hurt," I say. "I'm fine." "You're bleeding through your shirt." He looks down, notices the blood, curses in Korean. I kneel in front of him. "Let me see." "You don't have to." "I watched someone die because of me 30 minutes ago. Let me do something useful." He studies my face, then starts unbuttoning his shirt. The injuries underneath are worse than expected, deep bruises. Covering his left side, cuts from the window and along his ribs. A gash that's definitely reopened. I find a first aid kit and get to work. My hands are steadier now. I clean the wound carefully, fingers gentle on cold skin marked with old scars. He watches me the entire time. "Why?" he asks quietly. "Why what?" "Why did you jump into that river?" I don't look up. "Because someone was drowning." "Most people wouldn't." "Then most people are cowards." His hand catches mine, stilling my movements. When I finally look up, his eyes are unreadable. You saved me from the water. Now you save me from my own house. Why? I don't know, I say truthfully. Maybe because once you save someone's life, you're responsible for it. His thumb brushes my wrist, a touch so light I almost don't feel it. But his eyes stay locked on mine, and something in them makes my breath catch. You should run, he says softly, while you still can. I think I'm already in too deep. His hand tightens on my wrist. For a moment, neither of us moves. Then Kang clears his throat from across the room and the spell breaks. I finish bandaging his ribs in silence. That night, lying on a cot in the darkness, I stare at the ceiling and wonder how my life shattered so completely in 12 hours. Can't sleep? His voice comes from the darkness. I turn my head, find his silhouette against the broken windows. Just thinking about how everything changed. You can still walk away. No, I say softly. I really can't. Not anymore. He crosses to my cot, sits on the floor beside it, back against the wall, close enough that I can see his face in the ambient light. You did well today, he says. I watched someone die. And you kept moving. That's what matters. I look at him, at the sharp angles of his face, the shadows in his eyes. Who are you? I ask. Really? A man who wanted peace and got war instead. His voice is quiet. A man who was supposed to drown but keeps breathing because someone decided he was worth saving. He meets my eyes. I'm whatever you need me to be. What do you need me to be? Alive, he says simply. I need you alive. The words settle between us, weighted with meaning neither of us is ready to examine. I should let you sleep, he says, starting to rise. Stay. The word escapes before I can stop it. Just for a while. He settles back against the wall. I don't know when I fall asleep, but when I do, I dream of silver eyes and river water, and the moment I decided to jump. 3 days in the abandoned factory, and I'm losing my mind. Not from fear, from boredom. Junwoo and Kang spend hours on encrypted calls, speaking rapid Korean to people I can't see. I sit on a cot reading the same book Kang brought me, watching rust stains spread across the ceiling, thinking about Minho. My phone is still jammed, no way to tell my brother I'm alive. On the 4th morning, Junwoo approaches with a manila folder. I have a proposition. I set down the book. I'm listening. He sits on the crate across from me. He's rolled up his sleeves. I can see the healing zip tie marks on his wrists. I'm offering you a choice, a real one. I have money, resources. I can create new identities for you and Minho, send you anywhere in the world. You walk away and never look back. My heart jumps. You're letting me go? If you want? His eyes are steady. You saved my life. You don't owe me anything else. It's everything I wanted, freedom, safety, but something stops me. What happens to you? I find the traitor. I eliminate the threat. I survive or I don't. That's not an answer. It's the only one I have. I lean forward. Why did someone try to kill you? He's quiet for a long moment. I wanted to make peace. There's been a gang war brewing for months, costing lives, civilian lives. So I proposed a treaty, a territorial division that would satisfy everyone and stop the bloodshed. That sounds reasonable. It sounds weak. His voice is flat. In my world, compromise is weakness. Someone saw my proposal as betrayal and decided I needed to drown. But you were trying to save lives. I was trying to save my soul. He looks at me, and the pain in his eyes is raw. I've done terrible things, hurt people, ordered deaths. I wanted this one thing to be different. I understand then. This isn't about survival. It's about redemption. I'm not taking your offer, I hear myself say. His eyes sharpen. What? I'm not running. I'm staying. Hannah, that man at your house said I ruined everything, which means my saving you didn't just witness the conspiracy, it destroyed it. Someone spent time and money planning your perfect execution, and I wrecked it. I lean forward. That's why I'm in danger. That's why I'm already involved. You don't understand what you're asking. Then explain it. You said there are 6 suspects, people who could have planned this. They won't talk to you honestly. But me? I gesture to myself. I'm nobody, a courier. I know this city. I've delivered packages to half these neighborhoods for 3 years. I know shortcuts, back alleys, people everyone else ignores. You want to investigate my lieutenants? I want to help you find the truth. I meet his gaze. And maybe if we find the traitor, you can still make that peace treaty happen. Something shifts in his expression. Not quite hope, but close. You're insane. Probably. But I already jumped into a river for you. The silence stretches. Finally, he pulls a folded paper from his pocket and hands it to me. 6 names are written in neat handwriting. Beside each, details, positions, locations. These are the people with access to my schedule, he says. The people who could have planned my execution. His finger stops at the 4th name. Do you recognize him? My blood goes cold. Yes. I delivered to him twice a week for 6 months. Sensitive packages marked confidential. He controls the dock district. If someone wanted to frame rival factions for my death, they'd need access to shipping manifests. His voice is carefully neutral. The packages you delivered, what were they? Always sealed, but heavy, document heavy. He always made me wait while he checked them, then gave me a sealed envelope to take back to. I trail off, looking at Junwoo. To my office, he finishes quietly. If he's involved, I say slowly, I'm not just a witness to your execution. I'm a witness to his logistics. Exactly. Junwoo's jaw tightens. If you stay, you're not just helping me investigate, you're making yourself a target. Then we don't let him find out. I fold the paper. You said you need someone overlooked. That's what couriers do. We're invisible. You stopped being invisible when you pulled me from that river. To your world, maybe. But to the rest of the city, I'm still just a delivery girl. I stand, pace to the window. I know how to disappear in plain sight. That's the skill you need right now. He's quiet for so long, I think he'll refuse. Then, Kang won't like this. Kang doesn't have to like it. If I agree, you follow my rules. You wear a tracking device. You report in every hour. And if I tell you to run, you run. No questions. Deal. He stands, crosses to where I wait. Up close, I can see exhaustion still lingering in his features. You're either the bravest person I've ever met, he says, or the most foolish. Can I be both? His mouth quirks. Not quite a smile, but close. He extends his hand. I take it. His palm is warm, calloused. The handshake feels like a contract sealed in blood and river water. We start tomorrow, he says. Kang will create a cover identity, new phone, new credentials. You'll go back to courier work, but this time you'll be watching, listening, gathering information. And the other 5 names? We investigate them all, one by one, until we find the traitor. His hand tightens on mine briefly, and when we do, I'll make sure they understand the price of betrayal. The bike feels like coming home. I'd forgotten how much I missed this, the freedom of movement, wind against my face. Kang procured me a bike identical to my old one, complete with delivery company logos. To anyone watching, I'm just another courier weaving through morning traffic. Nobody important, nobody worth noticing. The tracking device in my left shoe presses against my arch with each pedal stroke. The phone in my pocket vibrates every hour with Junwoo's check-ins. Brief, professional, status. My first assignment is simple. Return to my old delivery routes. Let myself be seen. Re-establish my presence. Watch. The city looks different now. What were familiar streets now feel full of eyes and shadows. Every businessman could be one of Junwoo's enemies. Every parked car could be surveillance. But my hands stay steady on the handlebars. By noon, I've completed 6 runs without incident. The 7th takes me to the financial district, to a mid-rise office building I've been to dozens of times. And that's when I see him. Councilman Lee stands by the reception desk, speaking in low tones with a man in an expensive suit. He looks exactly as I remembered, mid-50s, graying at the temples, the kind of face that smiles easily and means nothing by it. He always tipped well. Asked about my day. Now, knowing what I know, his pleasantness feels like a mask. I keep my head down, courier bag slung over my shoulder. The receptionist hands me a package. I sign without looking up. Hana. My blood turns to ice. I look up slowly. He's staring at me, genuine surprise on his face. "Hannah Park, I thought you'd quit. Haven't seen you in over a week." "Personal emergency," I say, keeping my voice light. "But I'm back now." "Good, good. You were always reliable." He glances at my package. "Still doing the downtown routes?" "Wherever they send me." "Well, it's good to see you again." His smile is warm and entirely unsettling. "Stay safe out there." "You too, Councilman." I turn and walk to the elevator. Every muscle screams at me to run. The doors close. I descend alone, my reflection showing a woman who looks calm and composed and nothing like the terrified girl whose heart is trying to escape her chest. He saw me, spoke to me, confirmed I'm alive. The moment I hit the street, I pull out my phone, text Junwoo. "Compromised. He saw me." His response is immediate. "Location." I give him the cross streets. "What do I do?" "Complete your deliveries. Act normal. I'm sending backup." "Normal?" "Right." Backup arrives in the form of Kang on a motorcycle, dressed like a bike messenger. He falls into position 2 blocks behind me, close enough to intervene, far enough to maintain cover. My next 3 deliveries go smoothly, but on the 4th, as I lock my bike outside a cafe in Itaewon, I notice something odd. The street vendor on the corner, an older man who sells newspapers, is someone I've bought from dozens of times. Mr. Choi always had a smile for me. But today, as I approach to grab water, I notice something that makes alarm bells ring. He's wearing an earpiece. It's subtle, flesh-colored, barely visible beneath his cap, but I've learned to notice details, and this detail makes my stomach drop. I buy the water anyway, making small talk about weather. Mr. Choi is as friendly as always, but as I turn to leave, I catch his reflection in the cafe window. His hand moves to his collar, a small gesture, except there's something on his wrist that flashes in sunlight, a communication device. I climb back on my bike, pedal around the corner, immediately pull out my phone. "The vendor at Itaewon Station, Mr. Choi, he's wired." This time, the response is a phone call. "Describe everything," Junwoo says without preamble. I do, keeping my voice low as I coast through a residential neighborhood, the earpiece, the wrist device, the way he watched me too carefully. "He asked about you once," I say suddenly, remembering. "About 2 months ago, asked if I'd delivered to any clubs downtown, said he'd heard they were under new management and wondered if I'd seen anything interesting." "What did you tell him?" "Nothing. I said I didn't pay attention to client details." I turn onto a main street, scanning for tails. But if he's been gathering information on your organization through casual courier conversations, he's a professional, Junwoo finishes. "A wire like you described. He's probably working for whoever planned my execution, which means you just identified a direct link to the conspiracy." "What do I do?" "Nothing. Keep your normal routine. Tomorrow you go back there. Same time, same route. Buy something from him again. See if he tries to feed you information." "What kind of information?" "Anything about me, about my organization. If he's still active, he'll try to use you to verify I'm dead or locate me if he suspects I survived." A pause. "Can you do this?" I think about Councilman Lee seeing me in that office building, about Mr. Choi's friendly smile suddenly seeming sinister. "Yes," I say, "I can do this." "Good. Finish your deliveries and come back. We need to plan." The line goes dead. By the time I return to the factory that evening, the sun is setting. Junwoo and Kang wait in their makeshift command center, a folding table covered in laptops and phones and photographs of the 6 suspects. Junwoo looks up as I enter. "You did well today. I led Councilman Lee right to you. You confirmed he's monitoring your movements, which means he suspects you know something, and you identified a potential informant." He gestures to the table. "We ran background on Choi. He's not what he appears." Kang turns a laptop toward me. The screen shows a file with Mr. Choi's photo, but the name isn't Choi. It's Park Jin-seok, and his resume includes military intelligence training and 5 years as a private investigator. "He's a plant," Junwoo says, "positioned on your route specifically to gather information from couriers who service our operations. He's been there for 18 months. I sink into a folding chair. How many others are there? How many people in my normal life are actually watching? "We don't know yet, but tomorrow you're going to help us find out." He pulls up another file. When you buy from Choi, I want you to mention something specific. Say you heard there was an accident on the bridge last week. Act curious. See how he responds. You want me to bait him. I want to give him an opportunity to reveal his agenda. His eyes meet mine. This is dangerous, more dangerous than jumping in that river. Once you do this, there's no going back. I'm already being watched. Councilman Lee saw me today. This is different. This is you actively participating in the investigation. He leans forward. You're stepping out of innocent bystander into something much more complicated. I think about it. About the fear that's lived in my chest since I pulled him from the water. About Minho. About my simple life that's already destroyed. I'm in, I say. Tell me exactly what to do. We spend the next 2 hours rehearsing. Jun-woo plays Choi, asking questions in different ways, teaching me how to deflect without seeming evasive. Kang provides tactical briefing, where he'll be positioned, what signals to use if I need extraction. That night, sleep comes easier. Maybe because exhaustion finally wins. Maybe because having a purpose is better than feeling helpless. Morning comes cold and clear. I dress in my usual courier clothes, strap the tracking device into my shoe, pocket the encrypted phone. Junwoo watches me prepare with an expression I can't read. Remember, he says quietly, you're not a spy. You're just a courier who saw something on a bridge and can't stop thinking about it. Curiosity, not suspicion. I remember. And if anything feels wrong, I signal Kang and get out. His hand moves as if to touch my arm, then stops. The gesture is so uncertain it makes my breath catch. Why did you really stay? He asks. The truth. I meet his eyes. In the morning light, they look less gray, more silver. Because I'm tired of being invisible, I say. My whole life, I've been the person nobody notices. When I pulled you from that river, I stopped being invisible. And I realized I don't want to go back to that. I'd rather be seen and terrified than invisible and safe. He studies my face for a long moment. Then, so quietly, I almost don't hear. You were never invisible to me. Before I can respond, he steps back. The moment breaks. I head for the door. But I feel his eyes on me the entire way out, and the weight of his gaze feels like both a promise and a threat. The bike ride to Itaewon takes 20 minutes. Kang is already in position, though I can't spot him. Mr. Choi, Park Jin-seok, is at his usual corner arranging newspapers. He looks up as I approach, and his smile is exactly as friendly as always. Hana, good morning. Morning, Mr. Choi. I grab water, fish cash from my pocket. Busy week. Always busy. He takes my money, makes change. You look tired. Working too many hours? Catching up. I had to take time off last week. I hesitate like I'm debating whether to say more. Did you hear about that accident on the bridge? The car that went into the river? Mr. Choi's hands still for just a fraction of a second. Then he resumes arranging papers. I heard something about it. Terrible thing. Did they find the driver? I don't know. I don't follow news that closely. His smile never wavers. But I'm sure if someone needed help, they got it. I nod, finish my water. Well, I should get going. Deliveries to make. Stay safe out there. I climb back on my bike and pedal away, forcing myself not to look back. 2 blocks later, my phone buzzes. He touched his collar twice, sent a signal. You did perfectly. Relief and terror flood through me in equal measure. The rest of my deliveries pass in a blur. Every person I pass could be an enemy. Every conversation could be a trap. By the time I return to the factory that evening, I'm exhausted. Not physically, but emotionally. Jun-woo is waiting. He takes one look at my face and pours me water. Sit, he says. I sit. Choi reported to his handlers within minutes of you leaving. We intercepted the communication. He confirmed you were asking questions about the bridge incident and that you claimed to be a witness. So it worked. It worked. But now they know you're curious. They'll be trying to determine if your curiosity is innocent or if you know more. He sits across from me. Tomorrow, you don't go back to that corner. We let them wonder. Let them reach out to you. How? They'll send someone. Maybe Choi directly. Maybe someone else, but they'll make contact. His eyes are steady on mine. And when they do, you tell them exactly what we've rehearsed. And if they don't believe me? Then we extract you and move to the next phase. He pauses. But they'll believe you. Because you're telling them a version of the truth. The best lies always are. That night, lying on my cot, I stare at the ceiling and wonder if Minho is looking at the same sky. Can't sleep? Junwoo's voice comes from the darkness. I turn my head, find his silhouette against the broken windows. Just thinking. About? Everything. How my life used to be about rent and exams, now it's about not getting killed by conspiracies. You can still walk away. No, I say softly. I really can't. Not anymore. He crosses to my cot, sits on the floor beside it, back against the wall, close enough that I can see his face in the ambient light. You did well today, he says. I was terrified. And you kept moving. That's what matters. He's quiet for a moment. You know what I realized today? Watching you work, watching you navigate this city like you own it, you're not just brave, you're strategic. You see patterns other people miss. That's just courier logic, route optimization. It's more than that. You think 3 moves ahead without realizing it? His voice softens. You're exactly what I need, not just for the investigation, for everything that comes after. My breath catches. What comes after? Peace, rebuilding, creating something better than what my father left me. He meets my eyes. I can't do that alone. I've tried. It doesn't work. But with you, he stops, starts again. You make me believe it's possible. The words settle between us, weighted, with meaning. I should let you sleep, he says, starting to rise. Stay, I say, just for a while. He settles back against the wall. I don't know when I fall asleep, but when I do, I dream of silver eyes and river water and futures that might actually be worth fighting for. The call comes at 2 a.m. I jolt awake to my phone buzzing, Junwoo's name on the screen. I answer before the second ring. Get dressed, we're moving. What happened? Choi made contact. He's requesting a meeting, says he has information about the bridge accident, information that could keep you safe. Junwoo's voice is tight. It's a trap, but it's also an opportunity. 10 minutes later, I'm dressed and climbing into the SUV. Junwoo sits beside me, Kang driving. The city passes in blurred streetlights. Choi called your old work number, Junwoo explains. Left a message saying he's worried about you. Says he knows you witnessed something dangerous and wants to help. Wants to meet at a tea house in Gangnam at noon today. He's going to try to find out what I know. Or kill you quietly. Junwoo's jaw is tight, which is why we're not letting you go alone. If I show up with backup, he'll know something's wrong. If you show up alone, you might not walk out. Then we make it look like I'm alone. I turn to face him. Kang can position people around the tea house. You can be in a vehicle nearby. But I have to walk in by myself or this doesn't work. Absolutely not. Junwoo, I said no. His voice is steel. I won't risk you like that. You're already risking me. Every delivery I make, every corner I turn, I'm exposed. At least this way we control the environment. I lean forward. This is what you recruited me for. Let me do my job. The muscle in his jaw twitches. He's fighting himself. The part that wants to protect me versus the part that knows I'm right. Fine, he says finally, but you wear a wire, and at the first sign of trouble, we come in. Deal. The tea house is traditional, all dark wood and paper screens, the kind of place tourists love and locals use for private conversations. I arrive at 11:55 a.m. dressed in my courier clothes, looking like I just finished a shift. Choi, Jin Seok, sits at a corner table. He stands when he sees me, that same friendly smile. Hana, thank you for coming. You said you had information. Please sit. Let me order tea first. We sit. He orders green tea for both of us. The server pours and disappears. We're alone in this section of the tea house. 2 alone. My skin prickles. I've been thinking about our conversation yesterday, Choi begins. About the bridge accident. And I'm worried about you. Why? Because I know what you saw. He leans forward. I know you were there when that car went into the water. I know you jumped in and pulled someone out, and I know that someone was Min Junwoo. My heart stops, but I keep my face neutral. I don't know what you're talking about. Hana, please. I'm not your enemy. I'm trying to help you. His voice softens. Min Junwoo is a dangerous man, the head of one of the most violent criminal organizations in Seoul. And now you're caught up in his world because you were brave and stupid enough to save his life. I saved a drowning man. That's all. Is it? Choi pulls out his phone, shows me a photo. It's grainy, dark, but unmistakably me, dragging Junwoo out of the water. This was taken by a traffic camera. Someone tried to scrub it, but not before I got a copy. My mouth goes dry. Here's what I know, Choi continues. Junwoo was supposed to die that night. Someone in his organization wanted him gone. But you ruined that plan. Now you're a witness. The only person who can confirm it was an assassination attempt, not an accident. He pauses. The people who wanted him dead? They want you dead too. Then why are you showing me this? Why not just kill me? Because I work for someone who wants to offer you a better option. He slides a business card across the table. My employer can protect you, can give you and your brother new identities, new lives far from Seoul. All you have to do is testify about what you saw. I stare at the card. It's blank except for a phone number. Testify to who? To the people who can actually stop Min Junwoo's organization, who can bring down the entire criminal network he represents. Choi's eyes are earnest. You seem like a good person, Hana. You shouldn't have to die because you did the right thing. It sounds reasonable, logical, except if your employer wants to bring down Junwoo's organization, why do they need my testimony? Why not just arrest him? Because we need proof of internal conspiracy, proof that his own people turned on him. That creates chaos, fractures the organization from within. Choi leans back. You're the key to that proof. Understanding clicks into place. You don't want to save me. You want to use me to start a war. I want to end a war. There's a difference. By burning everything down. Sometimes that's the only way to build something better. His smile is sad. You have 24 hours to decide. Call that number or don't. But know that if you stay with Min Junwoo, you're choosing a side, and that side is losing. He stands, drops cash on the table. Think carefully, Hana. Your brother's future depends on it. He walks out, leaving me alone with cold tea and a blank business card. In the SUV, Junwoo replays the wire recording. His expression gets darker with each passing second. He works for the prosecutors, Kang says. Has to. That's the only way he'd have access to traffic cameras and the authority to offer witness protection. Which means the government knows I survived. Junwoo's voice is tight. They know about the assassination attempt, and they're trying to use Hana to leverage it into a RICO case. What's a RICO case? I ask. Racketeering. If they can prove my organization is built on conspiracy and internal violence, they can dismantle everything, seize assets, arrest everyone in the chain of command. Junwoo looks at me. Choi was right about one thing. Your testimony could start a war, just not the kind he described. So, what do? We call his bluff. Junwoo takes the business card from me. You're going to call this number. Tell them you're interested. Set up a meeting. Another trap? A controlled one. We find out who's running this operation, what they know, what they want. Then we decide how to move forward. His eyes are hard. But first we deal with Councilman Lee. Because if Choi knows about the bridge, Lee definitely knows. And he's not offering deals. He's planning your elimination. That night, we moved to a new location. A penthouse apartment in Gangnam, all steel and glass and money. Junwoo's legitimate face, the one he shows the world. It feels strange being here, surrounded by luxury, when 3 days ago I was sleeping on a cot in an abandoned factory. Junwoo finds me standing at the floor-to-ceiling windows, looking out over the city. You should eat something, he says. I'm not hungry. Hana. He showed me a photo. I turned to face him. Of me pulling you from the water, which means people know, the wrong people. I know. Minho is in danger because of me, because I couldn't mind my own business. Minho is in danger because I have enemies who don't value human life. Junwoo crosses to me. This isn't your fault, isn't it? I jumped. I chose to get involved. You chose to save a life. There's a difference. His hand finds my shoulder. And I will not let anything happen to your brother. I've already assigned protection. He doesn't know it, but there are two of my people watching him at all times. The confession makes my throat tight. You didn't have to do that. Yes, I did, because you're important to me, which means he's important to me. His voice softens. I don't say things I don't mean, Hannah. When I told you I need you alive, I meant it. All of you, including the parts of your life that matter to you. I don't know who moves first, but suddenly the distance between us disappears, and his mouth is on mine, fierce and desperate and certain. My hands fist in his shirt, pulling him closer. His fingers thread through my hair, tilting my head back, deepening the kiss until the world narrows to just this. His warmth, his taste, the way he holds me like I'm simultaneously precious and dangerous. When we break apart, both breathing hard, his forehead rests against mine. This is a terrible idea, he murmurs. Probably the worst. I'm a criminal. You're a witness. We're in the middle of a conspiracy that could get us both killed. I know. And I still can't stop wanting you. Then don't stop. The second kiss is slower, deliberate. His hands map my body with careful attention. My fingers find the buttons of his shirt. This time he doesn't stop me. Clothes fall away in stages. His shirt, my jacket, both of us revealing scars and evidence of what we've survived to reach this moment. We move to the bedroom, to the vast bed with its view of the city. He lays me down gently, his body covering mine, and for the first time in days, I feel safe, protected, seen. Tell me to stop, he whispers against my throat. If you want me to stop, don't stop, don't you dare stop. We come together in the soft darkness, bodies finding rhythm that feels both new and inevitable. Every touch is a conversation, every kiss a promise, every gasp confirmation that this is real, not crisis bonding or adrenaline, but genuine connection forged through shared danger and choice. Afterward, we lie tangled in sheets, my head on his chest, his fingers trailing patterns on my spine. I love you, he says into the quiet. I don't know if I'm supposed to say it this soon, but I love you, have since you refused to run, maybe before that. I press a kiss over his heart. I love you too. Against all logic and self-preservation, I love you. Morning comes too fast. We wake to Kang pounding on the door, urgent. We have a problem. We dress quickly, meet him in the living room. He's got his laptop open, face grim. Councilman Lee called a press conference. He's announcing a major corruption investigation into organized crime, specifically targeting your organization. Kang turns the laptop, and he's named you publicly as the primary target. On screen, Lee stands at a podium, looking grave and righteous. For too long, criminal organizations have operated with impunity in our city, he's saying. But today that ends. We have evidence of racketeering, murder, conspiracy at the highest levels, and we will bring these criminals to justice. He's forcing our hand, Junwoo says quietly, making it impossible for me to operate quietly. There's more. Kang clicks to another video. This was posted to social media an hour ago. It's security footage, grainy but clear enough. Me and Junwoo entering this building last night. The timestamp is visible. Someone's been watching this place, Kang says, and now they've leaked proof that you're alive and that Hana's with you. My stomach drops. Minho? Already secured, Junwoo says immediately. I sent a team to campus the moment I saw the footage. He's safe. Safe where? Here. They're bringing him here. I turn to stare at him. You're bringing my brother into this? I'm bringing him somewhere I can protect him. Lee just painted a target on everyone connected to me. That includes you and anyone you love. His voice is steel. Your brother is safer with us than in a dorm room. He's going to have questions. Then we tell him the truth. Some of it, anyway. Junwoo's hand finds mine. I know this isn't what you wanted, but we're out of soft options. The doorbell rings. Kang goes to answer it. Minho walks in looking confused and terrified, flanked by two of Junwoo's people. When he sees me, relief floods his face. Hana, what the hell's going on? These guys showed up and said I was in danger. He stops, seeing Junwoo. Who's this? Minho, sit down. I need to explain something. Telling my baby brother that I'm involved with a crime boss is possibly the worst conversation of my life. He takes it better than expected, which means he stares at me in shocked silence for 5 full minutes before exploding. Are you insane? You jumped into a river to save a gangster? He was drowning. He's a criminal. He's also the reason you're not dead right now, Junwoo says calmly. There are people who want to use you to hurt your sister. I won't let that happen. Minho looks between us. This is crazy. This is actually insane. I know, I say quietly, but it's where we are, and I need you to trust me. Trust you? You just told me you're in love with a crime boss. I know how it sounds. Do you? Because it sounds like you've lost your mind. Junwoo stands. I'll give you 2 privacy. He leaves the room, Kang following. Minho immediately grabs my hands. Hana, listen to me. We can still get out. We can call the police, tell them everything. The police want to use me to start a gang war. Better than being killed by gangsters. Is it? I squeeze his hands. Minho, I know this is scary, but Junwoo is trying to make peace, trying to end the violence, and I'm helping him do that. By becoming a criminal yourself? By being smart about who I trust. I meet his eyes. I love you. You're my whole world. But I also love him, and I'm not walking away from either of you. Minho stares at me for a long moment. Then he deflates. You're really doing this. I'm really doing this. Then I guess I'm staying too, because I'm not leaving you alone with these people. Despite everything, I smile. You're a good brother. I'm an idiot brother, but I'm your idiot. That afternoon, I make the call. The number from Choi's blank card. A woman answers. Miss Park, we've been expecting your call. I want to meet. Tomorrow, 2 p.m., Olympic Park near the Peace Gate. Come alone. How do I know this isn't a trap? You don't, but you're out of better options. She hangs up. Junwoo was listening on speaker. It's definitely a trap. Then we spring it carefully. I look at him. This ends tomorrow, one way or another. That night, I can't sleep. I stand at the windows watching the city breathe, thinking about all the choices that led here. Junwoo finds me there, wraps his arms around me from behind. Having second thoughts? He murmurs. Third and fourth thoughts. But I'm not backing out. You could. Even now, you could walk away. So could you. No, he says quietly. I couldn't. Not anymore. Not from this, not from you. His arms tighten. Whatever happens tomorrow, whatever we find out, whatever we have to do, we do it together. Together, I repeat. We stand there watching the city, wrapped in each other, waiting for dawn and whatever it brings. Because tomorrow the game ends. Tomorrow we find out who's been playing us. Tomorrow everything changes. Olympic Park at 1:45 p.m. is full of joggers and tourists and families with children. Normal people living normal lives, oblivious to the fact that I'm about to walk into a trap that could end with me dead or arrested or worse. Junwoo sits beside me in the SUV parked 3 blocks away. He's been silent for the last 10 minutes, jaw tight, fingers drumming against his thigh. Nervous. I've never seen him nervous before. You don't have to do this, he says for the 5th time. Yes, I do. Hana? We've been over this. I check the wire taped to my ribs. Kang has 8 people positioned around the park. You're 3 minutes away. At the first sign of trouble, you come in. We've planned this. Plans fall apart. Then we improvise. I turn to face him. You said you needed someone who could move through this city invisible. This is me doing exactly that. His hand catches mine, holds tight. If anything happens to you, it won't. If it does, he continues, voice rough, if they hurt you, I will burn the entire city down to ash. Do you understand? I will become exactly the monster everyone thinks I am. The words should scare me. Instead, they settle warm in my chest, proof that I matter, that I'm seen, that someone would go to war for me. I know, I say softly, but you won't have to, because I'm coming back. I lean in, kiss him once, brief and certain. Then I'm out of the SUV and walking toward the park before I can second-guess myself. The Peace Gate stands at the north entrance, a massive traditional Korean structure with curved roofs and red pillars. I spot her immediately, a woman in her 40s, elegant in a gray suit, standing alone near the gate. She's exactly how I imagined prosecutors would look. Sharp, professional, dangerous in a completely different way than Junwoo. "Miss Park," she says as I approach, "thank you for coming. I'm Deputy Prosecutor Shin Mi-kyung. You said you had information." "I do. Walk with me." We move into the park, following a path that winds through carefully manicured gardens. Shin walks with her hands clasped behind her back, casual like we're old friends catching up. "You're probably wondering why the prosecutor's office is interested in you," she begins. "Choi already explained. You want me to testify against Min Jun-woo." "Not quite." Shin stops at a bench overlooking a pond. "May I be frank with you, Miss Park?" "Please." "Min Jun-woo is not our primary target. He's a symptom, not the disease." She sits, gestures for me to join her. "For the last 3 years, we've been investigating a network of corruption that connects organized crime to the highest levels of government. Councilman Lee Sung-ho is at the center of that network." My stomach drops. "Lee? He's been taking bribes from criminal organizations for years. Protection money, campaign contributions, information about police investigations. He's the reason gangs operate with impunity in Seoul." Shin pulls out a tablet, shows me documents, bank transfers, emails, photos of Lee meeting with known criminals. "We have evidence, but we can't move against him without proof of active conspiracy. That's where you come in." I don't understand. "The assassination attempt on Min Jun-woo. Who ordered it?" "We don't know yet. One of his lieutenants, probably." "Wrong." Shin swipes to a new document. "Lee ordered it. Jun-woo was preparing to make peace with rival organizations, which would have cut into Lee's revenue streams. Multiple gangs paying him meant multiple income sources. Peace meant consolidation, which meant less money. So Lee arranged to have Jun-woo killed and blame it on rivals, hoping to start a war that would keep everyone profitable and fighting." The pieces click into place with horrifying clarity. The zip ties, the car in the river, that was Lee? Lee provided logistics through his people, including Park Jin-seok, the man you know as Choi. Jin-seok is former military intelligence, now working as Lee's private investigator and occasional enforcer. Shin's eyes are hard. "When you pulled Jun-woo from that river, you didn't just save his life. You destroyed Lee's plan and made yourself the only witness who can connect Lee to attempted murder." "Why are you telling me this?" "Because I need your help to take Lee down, and because Jun-woo needs that same thing." Shin leans forward. "You think I'm trying to arrest Jun-woo? I'm not. I'm trying to give him what he wants. Peace. But that only happens if Lee is removed from the equation." "How?" "You testify, not against Jun-woo, with him. Joint testimony that Lee orchestrated the assassination attempt. We arrest Lee, dismantle his protection network, and suddenly every gang in Seoul has space to negotiate without political interference." Shin's voice is urgent. "Jun-woo gets his peace treaty. You and your brother get immunity. Lee goes to prison for 30 years. Everyone wins except the corrupt councilman." It sounds too good to be true, which means it probably is. "What's the catch?" "The catch is that Lee knows you're alive and talking to us, which means he's planning his endgame." Shin shows me another photo, this one recent, taken this morning. It's Min-ho walking to class, completely unaware of the man following him 20 feet behind. That's one of Lee's people. There are others. If we don't move against Lee in the next 48 hours, he'll move against you first. My blood runs cold. Jun-woo has people protecting Min-ho. Jun-woo has 2 people. Lee has a dozen, and they're not all visible. Shin's voice softens. "I know you're scared. I know you don't trust prosecutors, but I'm offering you the only path that doesn't end with you or your brother dead. I need to think. You have 1 hour." Shin stands. "After that, Lee makes his move and we lose our window. Call me when you decide." She walks away, leaving me alone on the bench with a head full of conspiracy and a heart full of dread. I'm back in the SUV in 3 minutes. Jun-woo takes one look at my face and starts the engine. "What happened?" I tell him everything as we drive. Shin's revelation about Lee, the photos of Min-ho being followed, the offer of joint testimony. Jun-woo's expression gets darker with each word. "It's a trap," he says when I finish. "Maybe. Or maybe it's the truth. Prosecutors don't make deals with people like me. This one might, if it means taking down a corrupt councilman who's been protecting criminals for years." I turn to face him. "Think about it, Jun-woo. If Lee's been taking money from multiple organizations, he has every reason to keep gang wars active. But if you make peace, his income disappears. Junwoo's hands tighten on the wheel. Son of a bitch, he's been playing us all. Shin wants us to testify together, put Lee away and clear the path for your peace treaty. And you believe her? I don't know. I stare out the window at the city passing by. But I believe Lee is dangerous. I believe he wants us dead, and I believe we're running out of time. Junwoo is silent for a long moment. Then he pulls out his phone, makes a call. Kang, I need everything we have on Councilman Lee's finances, bank records, property holdings, known associates, everything. He listens. I don't care how you get it. We have 1 hour. He hangs up, looks at me. If we're doing this, we're doing it smart. We verify Shin's claims first. If Lee's really been taking bribes, there will be evidence. We return to the penthouse. Minho is there, pacing, looking terrified. There are men following me, he says the moment we walk in. I'm not paranoid, I saw them. 3 different guys on campus today, all watching me. I know. I cross to him, put my hands on his shoulders. We know who they are and why they're there, and we're handling it. Handling it how? Junwoo steps forward. By ending this. Tonight. Kang arrives 20 minutes later with a laptop full of documents. We spread them across the dining table. Bank transfers, property deeds, encrypted emails that Kang's people somehow decrypted. It's all here, Kang says. Lee's been taking payments from 5 different organizations. Monthly deposits ranging from 5 million to 20 million won. Some labeled as campaign contributions, others as consulting fees. All untraceable until you know where to look. Junwoo studies the documents with laser focus. This matches what Shin told Hana. Lee's been playing every side. There's more. Kang pulls up another file. I found communications between Lee and Park Jin-seok, the fake vendor. They discuss removing obstacles and ensuring continued instability. The dates match up with the week of your assassination attempt. That's conspiracy to commit murder, I breathe. That's life in prison, Junwoo corrects. If we can get this evidence to Shin. We can do better than that, Kang says. We can record Lee admitting it. Everyone turns to stare at him. How? Junwoo asks. Lee doesn't know we have this information. He thinks Jin-seok is still undercover, still feeding him intelligence. Kang's smile is sharp. What if Jin-seok calls Lee to report that Hana is ready to make a deal with prosecutors? Lee will panic. He'll either order her killed or try to buy her silence. Either way, we record him giving illegal orders. That's entrapment, I say. That's creative evidence gathering, Kang counters. Junwoo looks at me. It's dangerous. If Lee smells a trap, he'll disappear. Or he'll strike first. I think about Minho, about the men following him, about how close we are to ending this. I say we do it. We call Lee, set up a meeting, record everything. Not you, Junwoo says immediately. Me, I'll meet with Lee. He won't meet with you. You're supposed to be in hiding. Exactly, which is why he'll come if I offer him what he wants. Junwoo's voice is cold. I'll tell him I'm willing to disappear permanently if he guarantees Hana's safety. Make it look like I'm surrendering. That's suicide. That's bait. His eyes meet mine. And I won't be alone. You'll be listening. Kang will have teams positioned. Shin will have prosecutors ready to move. We get Lee on tape ordering my death or your death or making any threat at all, and we have him. Minho, who's been listening to all this in horrified silence, finally speaks. This is insane. You're all insane. Probably, I agree, but it's the only play we have. The call to Lee happens at 6 p.m. Junwoo uses an encrypted line, his voice steady and calm. Councilman Lee, this is Min Junwoo. There's a pause on the other end. Then Lee's voice, carefully controlled. Mr. Min, I heard rumors you were alive. Rumors are true. I need to discuss terms. Terms? I'm willing to step down, leave Seoul permanently, if you guarantee the safety of Park Hana and her brother. They were innocent bystanders. They don't deserve to be caught in this. Another pause. Longer this time. That's very noble of you. It's practical. You want me gone. I want them safe. We can both get what we want. Where are you? Somewhere safe. But I'm willing to meet. Tonight. Just you and me. We settle this like civilized people. And if I refuse? Then I go public with everything I know about your arrangement with various organizations. Every payment, every deal, every dirty secret. Junwoo's voice hardens. You end up in prison, Lee. Is that what you want? The silence stretches. Then, where and when? The old warehouse district, Pier 12, midnight, come alone. I could say the same to you. I will be alone. You have my word. Junwoo hangs up, looks at Kang and me. He'll come, and he'll bring people to kill me. Then we'll be ready, Kang says. Pier 12 at 11:30 p.m. is exactly as desolate as we need it to be. Abandoned warehouses stretch into darkness, the river churning beyond. Junwoo stands in the center of an open area, visible under a single streetlight. He's wearing a wire, a tracker, and a bulletproof vest under his jacket. I'm in a van 2 blocks away with Kang, watching through remote cameras. Shin and her people are positioned around the perimeter, ready to move. Min-ho is back at the penthouse with armed guards. This is a terrible plan, I say for the 10th time. It's the only plan, Kang replies. At 11:55, headlights sweep across the pier, 2 black sedans. Lee emerges from the first one, flanked by 4 men. Jin Seok is among them. Junwoo doesn't move as they approach. Mr. Min, Lee says, his politician's smile in place. You're looking well for a dead man. You're looking nervous for an innocent one. Lee's smile tightens. I'm simply cautious. You claim to be alone. I am alone. Your paranoia isn't my problem. Junwoo's voice is calm. Do we have a deal? I leave Seoul, you leave Hana and her brother alone? I'm afraid it's not that simple. Lee's expression shifts, the friendly mask dropping away to reveal something cold underneath. You see, Miss Park knows too much. She saw you bound in that car. She saw the assassination attempt. As long as she's alive, she's evidence. Evidence of what? Of my involvement. Lee says it casually, like admitting he forgot to file paperwork. I arranged your death, Junwoo. Did it very carefully. Cost me considerable resources. And then some courier girl with a hero complex ruined everything. Junwoo's jaw tightens, but his voice stays level. So you're admitting you tried to kill me? Why not? You're about to die anyway. Might as well know who beat you. Lee nods to his men. Kill him. Make it look like gang violence. And find the girl. I want her dealt with tonight. Jin-seok steps forward, pulling a gun. Stop! Shin's voice cuts through the night, amplified by megaphone. Seoul Metropolitan Police, nobody move! Lights blaze to life around the pier. Police vehicles, prosecutors, SWAT teams. Lee's men freeze, hands hovering near weapons. Lee's face goes white. This is entrapment. This is justice, Shin says, emerging from the shadows with a dozen officers. Lee Sung-ho, you're under arrest for conspiracy to commit murder, racketeering, corruption, and about 15 other charges I'm going to enjoy listing. Officers swarm forward. Lee tries to run, makes it 3 steps before they tackle him. His men surrender immediately, hands in the air. Jin Seok looks at Junwoo with something like respect. You played us. You tried to kill me, Junwoo replies. I played back. In the van, I'm already moving. By the time I reach the pier, Lee is in handcuffs, screaming about lawyers and illegal recording and constitutional rights. Shin looks deeply satisfied. Junwoo sees me and crosses immediately, pulling me into his arms. It's over, he murmurs into my hair. It's actually over. I hold him tight, feeling the vest under his jacket, feeling his heart racing, feeling the relief crash through both of us. We did it. I breathe. You did it. This was your idea. Our idea. Shin approaches, professional smile in place. We got everything on tape. Lee admitting to the assassination attempt, ordering your death, threatening Miss Park. It's airtight. What happens now, I ask. Now Lee goes to trial, his protection network collapses. And Mr. Min, she looks at Junwoo, you get your peace treaty. I can't promise immunity for past crimes, but I can promise we won't interfere with legitimate business or peaceful territorial agreements. You want to rebuild your organization into something legal? We'll give you space to do it. Junwoo nods slowly. That's all I wanted. Then we have an understanding. Shin extends her hand. Junwoo shakes it. Just like that, the war ends. Not with violence, not with blood. With a handshake under pier lights while police load a corrupt councilman into a van. We return to the penthouse at 2 a.m. Minho is waiting, pacing, and nearly tackles me when we walk in. Is it over? Please tell me it's over. It's over, I confirm. Lee's arrested. You're safe. He hugs me so hard my ribs hurt. You're insane. Completely insane. But you did it. We did it. Junwoo clears his throat. Minho, I know this has been difficult. I know you didn't ask for any of this. If you want to leave, go back to your normal life. I understand. Minho looks at him for a long moment. Then surprisingly, he laughs. Normal life? After this? No way, I'm staying. Someone has to make sure my sister doesn't do anything else stupidly heroic. He pauses. Plus, I kind of want to see what happens next. You're actually going to try to make peace? Build something better? I'm going to try. Then I'll help. I'm pre-law. I can be useful. Junwoo smiles. A real smile. Warm and genuine. I'd like that. Later, after Minho finally goes to sleep in the guest room, Junwoo and I stand at the windows watching dawn paint the city gold. What are you thinking? He asks. That 2 weeks ago I was worried about rent and exams. Now I'm in love with a crime boss trying to go legitimate, and I helped take down a corrupt politician. Regrets? Not one. I turn to face him, but I have questions about what comes next. Ask. Do we really have a chance? Peace treaty, legitimate business, building something better. Is that actually possible? I don't know, he says honestly, but I want to try. With you. With me? He takes my hands. I'm not good at this, at feelings, at relationships. I've spent my whole life in a world where trust gets you killed and love is weakness. But you, his voice catches, you jumped into a river for me. You stayed when you should have run. You're brave and smart, and you make me believe impossible things are possible. Junwoo, I'm asking you to stay. Not just for the investigation, not just until things stabilize. Stay with me. Help me build whatever comes next. Be my partner in all of it. My heart is hammering. That's a lot. I know. I'm still in school. I have a brother to take care of. I have a whole life that doesn't involve criminal organizations. I know that too. And you're asking me to merge those worlds? To be with you while you rebuild, to help negotiate peace treaties and run legitimate businesses, and probably deal with a dozen crises I can't even imagine yet? Yes, he says simply. That's exactly what I'm asking. I should say no. Should tell him it's too much, too fast, too dangerous. Instead, I say, okay. His eyes widen. Okay? Okay, I'll stay. I'll help. I'll be your partner. I step closer. But I have conditions. Name them. Minho finishes school without interference. He gets to choose his own path. If he wants to help, great. If he wants normal life, he gets it. Done. And I'm not just arm candy or a figurehead. If I'm doing this, I'm actually involved. Strategy, negotiations, decisions. Equal partner means equal say. I wouldn't want it any other way. And we do this right. No more unnecessary violence. No civilian casualties. We build something actually worth building. That's the only version I'm interested in. His hands frame my face. Anything else? Yeah, one more thing. What? Kiss me, right now, because I just agreed to the craziest thing I've ever done, and I need you to make me believe it's worth it. He does. And it is. 3 months later, and the city feels different. Or maybe I'm different. Probably both. I stand in the conference room of what used to be Junwoo's legitimate front company, and is now actually becoming legitimate. The room is full of people who 3 months ago would have killed each other on sight. Junwoo's people, the Eastern Syndicate's representatives, 2 smaller organizations that control the southern districts, all sitting at the same table, negotiating territory boundaries and profit-sharing agreements like civilized business people instead of gangsters. The Dock District revenue should be split 60-40, says Lim Jae-sung from the Eastern Syndicate. He's mid-40s, built like a tank, with eyes that have seen too much violence. We have more infrastructure there. But we have the shipping contracts, counters Kang. 50-50 or no deal. I lean forward. What if we restructure it entirely? Instead of splitting revenue, we form a joint venture, shared ownership, shared liability, shared profits. That way nobody's trying to maximize their percentage. We're all invested in the same success. The room goes quiet. Everyone looks at me. The former courier who somehow ended up at this table, who somehow has Junwoo's ear, who somehow keeps proposing solutions that actually work. Lim considers it. A joint venture requires trust. So does peace, I reply, and we're already doing that. He laughs, a sharp bark of sound. Fair point, all right. I'll take it to my people. Good. Junwoo stands, signaling the meeting's end. We reconvene in 3 days. Kang will send the preliminary joint venture documents for review. The room empties. Junwoo catches my hand as I gather my notes. You're getting good at this. I'm getting tired of men twice my age arguing about percentages like children fighting over toys. Welcome to peace negotiations. His smile is wry. Still better than war. Barely. My phone buzzes. Minho's name lights up the screen. I answer. Hey, what's up? Can you pick me up from campus? My last class just ended. Sure, give me 20 minutes. I hang up, turn to Junwoo. I need to get Minho. Take the car. Driver will take you. He kisses my forehead. I have calls to make anyway. The building permits for the community center are stuck in bureaucracy again. The community center. Junwoo's passion project, a youth center in one of the poorest neighborhoods, funded entirely by his organization. Free tutoring, job training, sports programs. His way of giving back, of being something other than what his father was. Want me to call Prosecutor Shin? She might be able to unstick them. Already on it. She's meeting me for coffee in an hour. I smile. Prosecutor Shin Mi-kyung has become an unexpected ally. After Lee's arrest and conviction, 30 years, no parole, she'd kept her word about giving Junwoo space to go legitimate. More than that, she'd actively helped, smoothing over bureaucratic obstacles and running interference when other prosecutors got curious about Junwoo's reformed organization. Tell her I said thank you for the referral. That lawyer she recommended for Minho's internship application was perfect. Will do. I grab my bag and head out. The car is waiting. A modest sedan, nothing flashy. Junwoo's learned that legitimate business doesn't require black SUVs and intimidation. Sometimes a simple car and a polite driver work better. Minho is waiting at the campus gate, backpack slung over one shoulder, talking animatedly with a girl I don't recognize. When he sees the car, he says goodbye and jogs over. Who's that? I ask as he slides into the back seat beside me. Study partner. We have criminal law together. He grins. She thinks it's hilarious that I'm related to someone who actually knows reformed gangsters. You didn't tell her. Relax. I said you work in conflict resolution consulting, which is technically true. He pulls out his laptop. Check this out. I finished the brief for Junwoo's appeal on the waterfront zoning laws. I think we have a solid case for commercial redevelopment. I scan the document. It's good. Really good. Minho's found his calling in law, specifically in helping Junwoo navigate the maze of regulations involved in going legitimate. Turns out having a pre-law genius in the family is incredibly useful when you're trying to transform a criminal empire into legal businesses. This is excellent. Junwoo will be thrilled. I'm also working on something else. Minho's voice gets serious. Remember how we talked about setting up a foundation for families affected by gang violence? My chest tightens. I remember. I drafted the paperwork. We can establish it as a nonprofit, fund it through the organization's legitimate profits, provide counseling, financial assistance, legal aid. He looks at me. I know it doesn't undo the past, but it's something. I hug him, right there in the moving car. You're amazing, you know that? I learned from the best. He pulls back, smiling. Speaking of which, when are you going back to school? You can't put off your degree forever. I'm registered for next semester. Part-time, online courses, psychology and business administration. Good, because you're too smart to just be a glorified secretary. I'm not a secretary. You coordinate meetings, take notes, and make sure Junwoo doesn't forget important calls. That's a secretary. I negotiate territorial agreements and design conflict resolution frameworks. That's a strategist. Potato. But he's grinning. We stop at a cafe in Gangnam, my favorite, the one where I used to study between courier shifts. It feels surreal being here now, ordering the same cheap coffee, sitting at the same table, while my life is completely unrecognizable from 3 months ago. Minho orders cake. I get coffee and open my laptop to review notes for tomorrow's meeting. Question, Minho says through a mouthful of chocolate. Are you happy? I look up. What? Are you happy? With Junwoo, with this life, with all of it? His eyes are serious, because you never really stop and think about it. You just keep moving, keep solving problems, keep being amazing. But are you happy? The question catches me off guard. Am I happy? 3 months ago, I was a courier worried about rent. Now I'm coordinating peace negotiations between criminal organizations and helping rebuild communities and falling asleep next to a man who looks at me like I hung the stars. Yeah, I say slowly. I think I am. It's complicated and messy and sometimes terrifying, but I'm doing work that matters. I'm with someone I love. I'm making a real difference. I meet Minho's eyes. I'm happy. Are you? Getting there. He takes another bite of cake. It's weird, you know? Our parents would have lost their minds over all this. Their daughter dating a gangster, their son helping criminals go straight. Our parents, dead 5 years now, car accident on a rainy highway. The reason I'd had to drop out of school the first time, take the courier job, become Minho's guardian at 19. They'd be proud of us anyway, I say quietly. We survived. We're making something good out of something terrible. Mom would have liked Junwoo. You think? Yeah, he reminds me of Dad, actually. Stern on the outside, soft on the inside, completely devoted to family. Minho grins. Just with more guns and illegal activity in his past. I laugh despite myself. Don't let Junwoo hear you compare him to Dad. He'll get emotional. He's always emotional around you. It's disgusting. I have to leave rooms because you two make so much eye contact. We do not. You absolutely do. It's like watching a romance drama, except with more discussions about territorial boundaries and profit margins. My phone buzzes. Junwoo. Emergency. Come to the office, now. My stomach drops. I show Minho the message. Go, he says immediately. I'll catch a cab home. You sure? Go. Be the badass strategist girlfriend. Save the day. I'm already moving. The office building is chaos when I arrive. People rushing, phones ringing, Kang barking orders in rapid Korean. Junwoo is in his office, face grim, Prosecutor Shin sitting across from him. What happened? I ask. Lee escaped, Shin says without preamble. The world tilts. What? Prison transfer this morning. They were moving him to a higher security facility. The transport was ambushed. 3 guards dead, Lee and 4 other prisoners gone. Shin's jaw is tight. This was professional. Military-grade planning. Who would break him out? I ask, but I already know the answer. Whoever still benefits from chaos, Junwoo says. Whoever loses money when we make peace. He pulls up a map on his computer. We've identified 3 organizations that refuse to join the peace treaty. They've been operating independently, profiting from instability. Lee was their political protection. Now they've freed him. To do what? To restart the war. Kang enters the office, tablet in hand. We've intercepted communications. Lee is planning something big, something designed to shatter the peace treaty and force everyone back into conflict. He's going after the community center, Junwoo says quietly. My blood runs cold. The one you're building? With the kids? It's the symbol of everything he hates. Peace, rehabilitation, cooperation. If he destroys it, especially if people get hurt, the treaty collapses. Everyone goes back to suspecting everyone else. Junwoo's hands curl into fists. He knows exactly what he's doing. When? I ask. Tomorrow. Grand opening ceremony. 3 p.m. We'll have press there. City officials, families from the neighborhood. Shin's voice is hollow. It'll be a massacre. Then we cancel it, I say immediately. We can't. Junwoo stands, paces. If we cancel, we look weak. The other organizations will see it as proof that peace makes us vulnerable. Lee wins either way. So, what do? Shin leans forward. We set a trap. We know he's coming, know what he's planning. We use that. You want to use children as bait? I can't keep the horror from my voice. I want to catch a terrorist before he kills those children, Shin counters. We evacuate quietly, replace civilians with undercover officers, and wait. Lee shows up expecting a massacre. He gets arrested instead. And if something goes wrong, I ask, if even one officer gets hurt, if any part of this plan fails, then we're back to war, Junwoo finishes. But if we do nothing, we're definitely back to war. At least this way we have a chance. The room falls silent, everyone looking at me, waiting. When did I become the person whose opinion matters in these decisions? Do it, I say finally. But I'm there too. Absolutely not, Junwoo says immediately. Lee knows me. He knows I'm important to you. If I'm visible at the ceremony, he'll commit fully, won't suspect it's a trap. I meet Junwoo's eyes. I'm the bait that makes this work. Hana, you said I'm your partner. Equal say, equal risk. This is me having equal say. Junwoo looks like he wants to argue, but he knows I'm right. Finally, he nods once, sharp and angry and accepting. Fine, but you wear a vest, and you stay near Kang at all times. Deal. The community center looks beautiful. 3 stories of glass and steel and hope, built in a neighborhood that had seen too much violence. Tomorrow, it will either become a symbol of peace or a memorial to its failure. I stand in the empty building at midnight, Junwoo beside me, and try not to think about all the ways this could go wrong. I keep thinking about that night, Junwoo says quietly. The river. The way you jumped without hesitation. I couldn't let you drown. You didn't know me, didn't know if I was worth saving, but you jumped anyway. He turns to face me. Do you ever regret it? Jumping in? All of it. Everything that came after. I think about it. About the fear and danger and chaos. About watching people die, about being threatened, about my brother being dragged into this world, about negotiations and late nights and the constant pressure of trying to build something better from something broken. No, I say. I don't regret it. Do you? Regret that I jumped? Every day. His voice is rough. I regret that you had to. Regret that saving me meant destroying your normal life. Regret that loving me means you're standing here planning to be bait in a trap that could get you killed. Junwoo. But I'm also grateful. Selfishly, impossibly grateful. Because you jumped and you stayed and you made me believe I could be something other than what my father was. His hands frame my face. You saved my life that night, but you've saved my soul every day since. I kiss him, tasting salt. His tears are mine, I can't tell. Tomorrow's going to work, I whisper against his mouth. We're going to catch Lee, protect the peace, and keep building this impossible thing we've started. And if it doesn't work, then we figure it out together, like we always do. The next day dawns clear and cold. The community center's grand opening starts at 3 p.m. By 2:30, the building is full of undercover officers disguised as civilians, families, press. To anyone watching, it looks exactly like it should, a celebration. I stand near the entrance in a red dress and a bulletproof vest, smiling for cameras and greeting officials. Kang is 10 feet away, hand near his concealed weapon. Junwoo is inside giving a speech about second chances and community investment. 2:45, nothing. 2:55, still nothing. At 2:59, I see him. Lee, wearing a maintenance uniform, approaching from the south entrance with 2 other men. They're carrying what looks like equipment cases, except I know better. I signal Kang, he signals Shin. Officers begin moving into position. Lee sees me. Our eyes meet across the courtyard. He smiles. Not his politician smile, but something colder. He knows it's a trap. He's coming anyway. Everybody down! Shin's voice cuts through the air. Police! Nobody move! Lee's men drop the cases and pull weapons. Officers swarm from everywhere. Gunfire erupts. Controlled, precise, professionals on both sides doing what they're trained for. I drop to the ground like I was instructed. Kang is there instantly, covering me with his body. Around us, chaos, shouting, more gunfire. Then silence. I look up. Lee is on the ground, hands zip-tied behind his back, 3 officers holding him down. His men are disarmed, arrested. No civilians hurt, no officers killed. Clean. Junwoo appears, pulls me to my feet. Are you hurt? I'm fine. Is it over? It's over. He holds me tight. It's actually over. Shin approaches, professionally satisfied. We got him. Attempted terrorism, weapons charges, resisting arrest. He's never seeing daylight again. Lee is being dragged past us. He looks at Junwoo, then at me. This won't last, he spits. Peace never does. They'll tear each other apart eventually. Maybe, Junwoo says calmly, but not today, and not because of you. They haul Lee away. Junwoo keeps holding me like he's afraid I'll disappear if he lets go. You did it, I murmur. You actually built peace. We did it, he corrects. None of this works without you. 6 months later. The foundation Minho designed is open, providing aid to families affected by gang violence, counseling services, legal assistance. The community center is thriving, packed every day with kids who have somewhere safe to go. The peace treaty is holding. Not perfectly, there are still disputes, still tensions, but they're resolved at conference tables instead of with bullets. I'm back in school, studying psychology and conflict resolution. Minho is interning at a prestigious law firm, already making a name for himself. Junwoo's organization is almost entirely legitimate now. Real estate, import-export, security consulting. We're not perfect. We still have enemies, still face challenges, but we're building something real and lasting. Tonight, Junwoo and I stand on the penthouse balcony, watching the city breathe below. The same city where I was once invisible, where I once worried only about rent and grades and survival. I have something for you, Junwoo says. He pulls out a small box, opens it. Inside is a ring. Simple, elegant, perfect. I know it's fast, he says. I know we've only been together 6 months, but I've never been more certain of anything. He takes my hand. You jumped into a river for me. You stayed when you should have run. You helped me build something I never thought possible. And I don't want to spend another day without you being officially, permanently mine. My heart is racing. Junwoo. Marry me, Hana. Be my partner in everything. Help me keep building this impossible future. Say yes. I think about the girl I was 6 months ago, the invisible courier who kept her head down and played it safe, the girl who jumped into a river without thinking and changed everything. That girl is gone. In her place is someone stronger, braver, someone who negotiates peace treaties and builds communities and loves a reformed gangster who's trying to be better. Yes, I say. Obviously, yes. He slides the ring onto my finger and kisses me while the city sparkles below. The same city where our story started, where we drowned and surfaced and chose each other over and over again. Minho is going to lose his mind. Prosecutor Shin will probably make a toast about rehabilitation and second chances. Kong will cry and pretend he's not. But right now, it's just us. 2 people who found each other in the darkest moment and built something bright from it. I love you, I whisper. I love you, he replies. My courier, my partner, my salvation. Below us, the city breathes on. The same streets I once navigated invisible, now transformed into territory we protect together. The same river that almost took him now, just another part of the landscape we've claimed. We saved each other that night in the water, but we keep saving each other every day, with trust, with choice, with the impossible, reckless, beautiful decision to build something better than what came before. And we'll keep building it, together, deliberately, fearlessly. Because some people are worth jumping for, some futures are worth fighting for, and some loves are worth every impossible choice it takes to make them real.